Hello guys, in our previous lectures we dealt comprehensively with the fundamentals of differential calculus. Now today we are going to look at the introductory aspects of integration, also known as antiderivatives, because it is the opposite of differentiation. Now recall that the general rule of differentiation states that the derivative of x raised to power m, that is the dx of x raised to power m, is equal to mx raised to power m minus 1 dx. All right, this is the general rule of differentiation. Now, suppose we let m minus 1 to be equal to an arbitrary parameter, say n, for instance. So we have let m minus 1 equal to n. So when we transfer minus 1 to the right-hand side of the equation, we are going to have m is equal to n plus 1. Let's call this equation 1 and this equation 2. All right, so when we substitute equations 1 and 2 into this equation, that means anywhere you see m minus 1, replace it with n. And anywhere you see m, replace it with n plus 1. So this equation becomes the derivative, the d dx of x raised to power. Remember that m is equal to n plus 1. So we have n plus 1 is equal to m is equal to n plus 1. So we have n plus 1 multiplied by x raised to power. Remember that in equation 1, m minus 1 is equal to n. So the whole of this is equal to n. So we have x raised to power n dx. All right. Now, when we find the integral on both sides of the equation, we are going to have the integral of this is equal to the integral of this. Okay. Now, remember also that integration is always the inverse of a differentiation. Multiplying integration by differentiation is more or less like multiplying a number by its inverse. For instance, when you multiply a number like 5 by its inverse, this 5 will always cancel out 5. So that means that integration is the multiplicative inverse of differentiation. So this will cancel this. We are left with x raised to power n plus 1 is equal to, remember that n plus 1 is a constant. So we are going to bring it outside the integral sign. So we have n plus 1 multiplied by the integral of x raised to power n dx. All right, now, when we divide both sides of the equation by n plus 1, we're going to have x raised to power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 multiplied by the integral of x raised to power n dx. All right, now n plus 1 we cancel n plus 1. So we're now left with the integral of x raised to power n dx is equal to x raised to power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. And this is the general rule of integration. So it is very clear from this equation that integration is the opposite of differentiation. Thank you very much for your audience. Please don't forget to share our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Try to follow us as we drop more problems on integration. Thank you.